Hey guys, so I'm back here again, once again with Baby JD Pooh, and I want to help you guys with buying your first silicone baby. So the first thing you want to do is you want to know, are you an awake person? Do you want someone looking at you all the time? Or do you want an asleep baby that's going to be sleeping? I can tell you the pros and cons for me with the awake and asleep. The awake, I like to say, hey, JD Pooh, and I can pretend that she's fussing, and I can pretend that she wants a bottle, and I can feed her, and all that great stuff. You know why? Because she's awake, and she looks like she wants a bottle. She really, look at this. This is what happens when the fabric softener gets old. It gets thick, and then I just lie to you guys and tell you that they're having a cereal bottle. But the sleep is easier for you to take them out. I tend to gravitate towards the sleep when it's nighttime sometimes. But the awake is like an alert. You can do more like role play videos, I feel like, with the awake than you do with the sleep. The sleep is kind of laid back, calm type thing. It's just up to you. But taking the sleep out is definitely way more easier to me without being noticed and grabbing attention than the awake, because people don't see the baby blink and they go to freaking out, especially if it looks super real. They think that the baby has like died on you or something, and I hate to say that, but that is what they do think. Trust me, I've had it several times. But one of the other things you want to look at is if the baby doesn't have armatures, you want to consider the position of the baby body, because that is the way that that baby is going to be stuck forever. Okay? Forever, ever. Like if this baby arm is like this, that is the way it's going to be. So you know when you're getting ready to dress it, it's going to be a little bit challenging and stuff like that. But, I mean, it can be done. But if that's the way you want it to be, then that's the way you want it to be. You can still do different things with it that way, because, like, you know, she can lay down this way. And even though her arms are up, it looks realistic that her arms are up and she's laying down sleeping. So it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that you just need to know what you would prefer. Or would you prefer the arms to be sticking up? And it depends on if both of the hands are open, then they may look a little startled all the time. I don't know if you want to deal with that or not. Or if it's like an open and close, you can be like they're reaching to be picked up. So it's definitely going to be on you. The main thing for me is the leg position. I don't typically like babies that are sculpted in this position, meaning one leg is always up and one leg is all the way down, because when I get ready to dress them in pants and stuff, it is annoying as heck. But that is just my opinion. But then you may like that. You may think it's cute, and that's fine. You can live with that. I like for my babies to be able to have their legs, more straight. If she didn't have armatures, I would prefer her legs to be more straight. Now, because she has armatures, I enjoy her being balled up. You know what I mean? I enjoy the little baby ball up, look or whatever, because I know I can straighten them out. But you want to look at that. I don't like babies that's legs is permanently wide open like that. It's just so unnatural for me. That's just my opinion. But you want to look at the body structure. That is important. To me, the midsection is important to me, even if it doesn't have the soft tummy core, the soft core like Jade. You want to look at when that artist bend that baby. If she can only bend that baby like this, that means that baby inner piece is stiff as a board. And that, with a silicone baby, is uncomfortable as heck. Especially if you're used to reborns, it will drive a person insane. It drove me insane, at least. Unless you're just going to lay your baby down and display them and dress them and that's it, then that's fine. But as far as the cuddle factor, you want to see how flexible that mid piece is. Now, people like to say, oh, the baby is flexible because the arms are dangling, the legs are dangling, the head is falling and wobbling. But what about this? This is what makes the baby, think about it, the reborn, what makes the reborn cuddly is because it has the cloth body with the squishy filling inside. So it doesn't matter about all this dangling. The core is the main piece for me. That's my opinion. Just my opinion, I'm, just talking my likes. The other thing you want to look at when you're looking at work in progress pictures of your babies and your before you approve pictures, make sure you see a picture of your baby after the matting and after it's dry. A lot of people like to do these water pictures and they're cute, and some people are doing it just because they want to highlight the fact that your baby can go in water. That's great, that's cute, but please show me a dry picture of my baby and after the matting process, because the matting is the final step and it can make or break the baby sometime, especially if you're dealing with AA, because if that baby is ashy or dry looking or whatever, or have white spots on it, that's going to take away from the baby, and when it's wet you're not going to see that. You're just going to see a luxurious, beautiful baby. So you want to get those pictures before you approve your babies, if you're getting a custom or whatever. The other thing, if you're really particular about armatures, the armatures are designed to hold the baby arms and legs in place. So you want to see how they work. And I learned this from another Silicone Baby collector long years ago, about looking at the stress points on the way that the doll is sculpted. That's a whole nother thing that's probably going to be pretty advanced for a new person, so I'm not going to get into all that, but you do want to, it does make a difference the way that the legs and stuff bend, because that keeps you from having more risk of having tears, possibly tearing the baby with interaction with the doll. Now, deciding if you really want a silicone versus a reborn, or if you want to add a silicone to your collection, is definitely a personal preference. A lot of people say, do you have to care for them more than the reborns? And I say no, but that's just my thought process on it, because I don't do anything different with Jade than I do with my reborn. I have more options with her. If she gets a little dusty, I don't have to just wipe her off with a cool washcloth. I can just rinse her off with cool water. You know what I mean? So but she doesn't get dusty, but I don't know, she has on clothes and stuff, maybe in her eyes does sometime I have to wipe out her eyes, but other than that, no, not really. There's no difference in between caring for your silicone and, well, there's a difference as far as of course she's softer, and so I can't lay her like this bottle laying here. I could lay my reborn down on that and be fine, but if I lay Jade down on that and leave her there for a while, she's possibly going to have this shape dented in her, imprinted in her body. So you don't want to lay them on hard objects, keys, sharp objects that can cut, tear, or something like that. But the silicone is pretty darn durable. You got to think about it. Some of your girlfriends got silicone right in their boobs today, and those things still working, right? So a lot of people use really good silicone, and there's a lot of silicone artists out there that know what they're doing as far as with that silicone. Or painting is a whole nother subject. If it was me and I was going with a newbie artist that I've never seen their work, the safest thing to say is give me biracial. Because if you ask them to go AA, I can deal with a biracial baby that's not quite as biracial as I would have liked it. Slap some dark hair on it and call it a day. But if you mess up a ethnic baby, a AA baby, it's kind of hard. I mean, when you get these people, because people paint black babies gray, they paint them smutty black, they do all this extra, deep shading, and yeah, they do have shading and stuff like that, but some people just overdo it. So I don't know, I would, if you were looking at a newer artist that you've never seen their painting before on an AA, I wouldn't feel comfortable just telling them to paint me an AA. Not in silicone for sure, but that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, but yeah, just in like one of the silicone artists posted the other day, you know, check your, you know, do your own research, you know, check with some of their previous clients, you know, ask them how they really feel about their work. Some people will tell you offline, some people won't, you know. I mean, you just really have to do your research because they are a very expensive, you know, baby. But I definitely, you know, I do like realistic um girl and boy bits. I don't like it looking like it's glued on and snapped on. I don't like that. And it's just simply because if I'm paying the money that I'm paying for a realistic looking baby, I want everything to be realistic about them. And I know a lot of people are talking about how the silicone babies wrinkle with Claire Taylor. So now I see a lot of artists saying, oh, their babies wrinkle. And just understand that when Jade wrinkles or when Claire Baby wrinkles, it's the skin that wrinkles. It's not that they are sculpted with these big folds in the silicone that even when they're straight, the wrinkles are still sitting there unnaturally. I don't like that. I hate that. So that's the same thing with the spine. That's one of my pet peeves is I don't like the crocodile spine, the alligator spine, I don't know what you want to call it, where it's sticking up in the air, because our spines don't stick up in the air. But anyway, but that is just my my thought process. I know that they got like doll connection and stuff. And if you're just going for the feel, I forgot about that. Let me get that in real fast before this video ends. If you're just going for the feel of the doll, Ecoflex 2010 is very soft. It's soft. They all differ from depending on who pours it and how they pour it. They can all be 20 and feel different. So don't be mad if your girlfriend got a 20 and you got a 20 and hers is softer than yours, because it's just gonna depend on the pour and the mix of the silicone. But what I will say is that if you're just going for the feel of the baby, then guess what? Then you can really shop on a budget, because if you're not particular about how realistic the paint look or the sculpting look, then there's a lot of silicone babies out there that you could go for. You got Melissa McCrory, you got who else? Olivia Stone. You got all these different artists out there that you can go with if you're not particular about the actual paint, the actual painting and stuff. Caucasian babies certainly are easier to find that looks more realistic. I had my first silicone baby wasn't really detailed in the painting, but it was blushed nicely, and it was a Caucasian baby, so and the sculpting was really nice in my opinion, and it was a partial silicone, and I knew that the lady didn't do eyelashes and eyebrows good, so I told her don't give mine any, because I saw the ones that she had done before, and trust me, I was not, you know, wanting that. And because it was so newborn, I feel like a lot of newborns, you don't barely even see that on them. Especially, you know, the lighter babies, sometimes if they have lighter hair, you don't see it. So it wasn't a big deal for me. So I asked her not to do that on my baby. And let me tell you something, that baby fooled a lot of people, and he looked real, even with just the nice blushing, because the silicone was poured pretty decent. It wasn't like see-through or anything like that. But I wouldn't care. I just wanted to know what silicone felt like. So my honest opinion is to start out with a partial. But if you really just deeply just know you want to start out with a full body and the feel is all you want, then look up some, you know, you can really shop price then. But if you're looking for painting, you're going to pay out the yin yang for the ones that can paint really good. There's one artist, I don't want to spit out her name because I haven't seen her babies in person. I've heard that it actually looked good in person, but I have not seen it for myself. So until I see it for myself, I don't want to spit her name out. But I do follow her, and maybe one day I'll get one of her babies, and then I can tell you guys about her. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any other suggestions or any videos or any topics that you want me to discuss on my channel, please feel free to leave me a comment below or PM me, and I will, you know, try to get to that topic if it's something that I am passionate about speaking about. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.